Okay, ma'am, we'll start the session. Third module is dynamic programming. Do you remember what is greedy method? What is greedy method? Can anyone tell me? Greedy method is used to solve the optimization problems. What is optimization problem means? Either it will give you the minimum value or maximum value. Greedy method mainly focused on either minimum value or maximum value. In greedy method, we have seen 5 problems. First two problems are knapsack problem and job sequencing with deadlines. These two are focusing on the maximum profit. Remaining three, optimal storage on tape, minimum cost spanning trees, and discuss algorithm. These 3 programs focused on the minimum cost. Okay, so entirely greedy method is used to get either minimum result or maximum result. Same as like greedy method, dynamic programming is also used to solve the optimization problem. What it is used to solve? Then what is the difference between, you may get one doubt, then what is the difference? Already for optimization problems we are having greedy method. Then why we are moving for this dynamic programming means both are used to optimization problems only, but the approach is different. Greedy method approach is focusing on the either minimum value or the maximum value, but dynamic programming focused on the tabulation method and memorization method. Dynamic programming focused on the memorization and tabulation method. What is memorization, what is tabulation, I'll tell you. So, dynamic programming is used to solve the optimization problems. Optimization problem, greedy method is also used to solve the optimization problem, but these two are having their respective approaches. See, in this dynamic programming, we will follow memorization method and tabulation method to solve the problem. What is memorization method? What is tabulation method? I'll tell you. For example, for memorization method, we'll use the recursive call. What is recursive call? I'll tell you. Uh, for example, write a logic for finding the Fibonacci sequence. What is the Fibonacci sequence? Do you remember? Fibonacci sequence. Rishita, row number 34 and 25. Can anyone tell me what is Fibonacci sequence? 34, tell me, ma.
Ma'am, we'll get the like next time adding the previous 2 times.
Yes. So I'm starting with 1, 1 comma 1. Next is 2. Next is 3, 5, 8. Suppose if I ask what is the fifth term in the Fibonacci sequence, if you start the positions with 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what is the fifth position the Fibonacci value means? It is 8. How can you write the logic for this? Generally, function fib of, in the return type I am considering as integer, into fib of int n. I am passing an integer value as my argument into fib of int n. Here, if n is if n equals to 1 or n equals to 0, then we'll return it as 1 only. If either n equals to 1 or n equals to 0, I'm returning the value as 1. I'm returning the value as 1. else. Else, what I'm returning? Return. What will you return? What is the logic will you write here? Return fab of function, that is fab of recursive call. I already told you that in the memorization problems we use recursive call. So return fab of n minus 1 plus fab of n minus 2. This is the logic for Fibonacci sequence. Okay, this is the logic for Fibonacci sequence. How can they solve this Fibonacci sequence using a tree? All of you observe here. What I'm writing, first fifth number we are going to retrieve. Fifth number we are going to retrieve. So fab of 5. Fab of 5 means what I'm passing here, fifth term I want to retrieve. 5 is equals to 1 or 5 is equals to 0. Any one of the condition is true or false? Any of the condition, is it true or false? Respond. Here the condition is 5 is equals to 1 or 5 is equals to 0. Both the conditions are false. False means come to next line. What you are writing here, fib of n minus 1 plus fib of n minus 2. So fib of n minus 1 means which is equals to fib of 5 minus 1 which is 4. So fib of 4. Next fib of n minus 2 which is fib of 5 minus 2 which is equals to 3. In between we are having plus 1. Next fib 4. Next n value here is 4. 4 is equals to 1 or 4 equals to 0. Both the conditions are false. False means what will you return? N minus 1 plus n minus 2. So above n minus 1 means 4 minus 1 which is 3 plus 4 minus 2 which is 2. So above 3 plus above 2. Next above 3. 3 is equals to 1 or 3 equals to 0. Again both the conditions are false. Both the conditions are false means n minus 1 which is 3 minus 1 fab of 2 plus fab of 3 minus 2 which is equal to fab of 1. Next again fab of 3. 3 equals to 1 or 3 equals to 0. Both the conditions are false. Both the conditions are false means fab of 3 is equal to fab of 3 minus 1 which is fab of 2 plus fab of 3 minus 1 which is fab of 3 minus 2 which is fab of 1. Next fab of 2. Again 2 is equals to 1 or 0. Both the conditions are false. So fab of 2 minus 1 which will give you fab of 1 plus fab of 2 minus 2 which will give you fab of 0. Again here fab of 2. Fab of 2 means 2 minus 1 which is 1 only. So fab of 1 plus fab of 0. So here fab of 1, n is equals to 1 or 0. So 1 is equals to 1. Yes, it is true. 2 means it will give you 1. Next fab of 2. Again we have to calculate fab of 2. 2 equals to 1 or 0. Both the conditions are false. Both the conditions are false means fab of 1 plus fab of 0. Fab of 1 plus fab of 0. Here fab of 1 is 1. Here also it is 1. Here also it is 0. 1, sorry, above 0 is 1 only, right? 1. Here also it is 1. Here 1. So 1 plus 1. Where 1 plus 1, where it will give you the value as 2. Here the value is 2. Here the value is 1 only. So again 2 plus 1. Here it is 3. Now 1 plus 1 which is equal to 2. Here it is 3 plus 2 which is equal to 5 here. 1 plus 1 where it is 2. 2 plus 1 where here it is 1 only. 2 plus 1 where it is 3. 5 plus 3 which will give you 8. Have we got the same thing or not? Fifth term, what we have seen fifth term? Fifth term is 8, right? What we got now? Have we got the same thing or not? Have we got the same thing or not? Please respond. Roll number 2. 31. 33, 34.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we got the same thing here. 8. Now, this is general recursive call. How much time it will take to execute? How much time it will take to execute means, see, in the algorithm part, if you consider how much time it will take, if I write the recurrence relation for this, T of n is equal to, assume this is also n minus 1th term only, because n minus 1, n minus 2 means only 1. So, can I write this as 2t n minus 1? Right? 2t n minus 1 means at last you will get big O of 2 power n with the time copy you will get. 2 to the power of n times you have to execute. Why it is 2 to the power of n times means, observe here we have calculated fib of 2. Next, here also we have calculated fib of 2. Here also we have calculated fib of 2. Instead of calculating these many times, once you calculate, if you remember the value fib of 2 as 2 means, without solving, without including this part, you directly replace the value as 2. Okay, without solving the problem directly, if you remember the value, what is the value of fib of 2, you can directly replace those values. That is nothing but by using the dynamic programming we can implement that. That is comes under memorization problem. What is memorization problem means, instead of solving again and again, it will remember the value. How it will remember the value, I'll tell you. Assume this is the given array. Okay, fifth term I have asked you. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, I'll give the positions also. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So initially I'll fill all the values with minus 1. I'll fill all the values with minus 1 because I don't know what is the zeroth value. I don't know what is the first position, second position and so on up to fifth position. I don't know what are the values. So simply I'm initializing all the values with minus 1. Now from first onwards I'm going to solve. So fib of 5. Fib of 5 can divide it into fib of 4 plus 3, 3 plus 2, 2 plus 1, 1 plus 0. In place of fib of 1, what I am replacing? Fib of 1, I can replace it as 1. Zeroth position I can replace it as 1. And fib of 1, first position also I can replace it with 1. Now fib of 2. Fib of 2 means fib of 1 plus fib of 0. So I know I have remembered the first position value as well as the zeroth position value. So I know what is fib of 1, I know what is fib of 0. So 1 plus 1, it will give you 2. So when after calculating, I'm replacing the value with 2. After this, what will you do? Observe carefully. Next, fib of 3 is equal to fib of 2 plus fib of 1. Okay. So fib of 2 we know, fib of 1 we know. So 1 plus 2 which will give you 3. So fib of 3 is next. Fib of 4. Fib of 4 means fib of 3 plus fib of 2. So whenever you are calculating fib of 4, no need to calculate this fib of 2 again because I have already stored this value in its second position in the array part. So I have stored in an array. So no need to calculate again what is fib of 1 plus what is fib of 0. No need to calculate again. Why? Because I have already remembered the value. That's why 2 plus 3 it will give you 5. Same as like that next value also. I have remembered everything. So 3 plus 8 is equal. 3 plus 5 is equal to 8. So fifth term will get it as 8. This is nothing but the memorization method. Memorization method means without calculating again and again, if you remember only once in like an array, if you remember the value, directly we can able to solve it without calculation. Am I clear, ma'am? All of you, am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Now, what is you may ask what are the advantage we are getting here? What is the advantage we are getting without using recursion? Generally, in the first module, divide and conquer, we use it to solve using recursion. But using recursion, what is the time complexity we are getting? Big O 2 to the power of n. Why we are moving for another approach? Because is there any chance for efficiency? How can you measure the efficiency? By calculating the time complexity. Is there any change in the time complexity? We'll see now. So what are the time complexity? All of you observe carefully. Fab of 4 plus fab of 3. So for calculating 5, 1 plus 1, 2 calculations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, fab of 0 one time, 1. This is second time, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, once you know what is the value of fab of 0, if you remember, no need to calculate fab of 0 again and again. So how many times you are calculating? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So 6 times. Fifth term means you are doing 6 times. 10th term means how many times you need? 11 times. If n times means which is nearly equal to n plus 1. So the time complexity I can derive it as big O of n. Earlier using recursion, what is the time complexity? It is 2 to the power of n. Now the time complexity is big O of n. How much you have reduced? There is a huge change here. 2 power 3 means here big O of 3 means only 3 time complexity. 2 power 3 means it is 8. If you consider it as 10 means 2 power 10 means 1024. So there is a huge change, huge difference in the time complexity. So which one will you consider as efficient? By using the dynamic programming, by using the memorization method, the time complexity is changing. For this problem, there is a major difference in the time complexity. I am not, uh, and I'm not telling that there is a necessity that there is a huge change in the time complexity. Okay, it is not a necessary condition. Always there is a huge change, but definitely there is a little bit change in the time complexity. Based on the problem, there may be a huge change or maybe a little change. But definitely by using the dynamic programming, we can able to reduce time complexity as much as possible. Is it clear, ma'am? Did you understand why I have taken only six calculations? Because 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Only once if you calculate, that is highly enough. Because we are remembering the values, no? So there are fifth term means 6 times you are calculating. N means n plus 1 times. Is it clear, all of you? Say yes or no. CR roll number 2. Chaitanya. Okay, my roll number 2. Very good. Now, so by using the dynamic programming, we can able to reduce the time complexity. These also used to solve the optimization problems. Next thing, what is the tabulation method? Tabulation method is also similar to this memorization problem, but in the memorization problem, we have used the recursive calls. But when you come to this tabulation methods, we use the iterative method. I'm sorry. Consider here. By using iterative method, same Fibonacci sequence will solve using iterative method. And what is the logic will you do? Will you apply? Instead above, int n. First I'm giving the values of starting value. I'm giving the values of starting value. That is initially I'm initializing the starting value f naught is equals to 1. I'm starting with 1 mark. F1 is equals to 1. Okay, f naught is equals to 1. F1 is equals to 1. And I'm initializing one more variable int I is equals to 1. Int I is equals to 1. While, okay, while I less than or equals to n, while I less than or equals to n, what I'm doing, observe carefully, f2 is equals to f2 is equals to f naught plus f1, and f1 is equals to, so that I'm storing first f naught. F naught is equals to f1, and f1 is equals to f2. Upping the value. This is nothing but the logic using iterative method. Either you can use the iterative method, or else in the while part you can replace this with for loop. How can you use for loop? For I is equals to 0, 1. You start with 0, you can just consider I less than n. If you start with 1, you can consider it as I less than or equals to n, I plus plus. You can do like this, or else you can use the while loop. Both are iterative statements. Here I have used the iterative statements. Generally, we'll use iterative statements only. Okay. So how can we use this iterative statement? How can we use this means we are taking an array, or else we are taking a table. Generally, array means there may be a chance of two-dimensional arrays. Two-dimensional arrays look like two-dimensional arrays look like a table. That's why they have given the name as tabulation method. So two-dimensional array I'm considering how many positions we are having: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Fifth term we want 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So initially I is equals to 0. What is the f2 value? I'm storing only the f2 value. What is the f2 value? F naught plus f1. What is f naught and f1? 1 plus 1. So f naught and f1 means which is nothing but 1 and 1. Which is nothing but f naught f1 is 1 and 1. Next f2 is nothing but f naught plus f1, which is 2. Again we are interchanging the values. So we are filling the third term with 1 plus 2. Fourth term with this one. Fifth term with this one. So earlier I have used the recursive calls. Now I am using the iterative method. Both are giving you the same result. Earlier one I'm calling it as an array. Here I'm calling it like a table, but both are giving the same values. Then what is the difference between this memorization method and tabulation method means? If you observe the memorization method, that is nothing but the top-down approach. What is top-down approach? First we are calculating fib of 5. Fib of 5 we can divide into fib of 4 plus 3. 4 we can divide into 3 plus 2. 3 is 2 plus 1. Like that we are doing. So 5 we are dividing into 4. 3. 4 we are dividing into 3. 2. 3 we are dividing into 2. 1. 2 we are dividing into 1. 0. So from top we are solving. Top means n. First we are considering n, next n minus 1, n minus 2. Next we are considering next n minus 1, next n minus 2. So from top to bottom we are solving. First we are calculating a fifth term, next we are calculating 0th term. At last we are calculating 0th term. So this you can call it as top-down approach. Memorization method you can call it as top-down approach. But when you come to iterative method, that is tabulation method, if you consider, first what I'm considering, I'm initializing the 0th position and first position. Zeroth position and first position means I'm using the last values. That is bottom up approach. Zeroth value is the not the nth term. It is the last term. Last term. So this you can call it as bottom up approach. So memorization method is top down approach, and tabulation method is bottom up approach. Am I clear? All of you, did you understand what is? Both are looking like same. Both are, in both the cases we are using array only, but the approach is different. There we are using the top down approach. Here we are using the bottom up approach. Am I clear, all of you? Response. Rule number 34, which one? Top down approach. See, what is top down approach means? For Fibonacci, what we have done for Fibonacci sequence, first fib of 5 is divided into two parts. That is fib of 4 plus fib of, fib of 4 is we have divided into the of the we get fib of and 1. We can do same as like this, divided into yes, fib of 3 also we divide into 1 is 1 0, right? So 5 means this nth term or nth term or 0th term 1. So drawing the tree, or we are constructing the tree with nth term. After nth term we are moving towards n minus 1 and n minus 2. Next we are moving this, we are assuming like n, and next we are moving to n minus 1 and n minus 2. So we are starting with the topmost value, and after the topmost value we are reaching to the bottom one, that is 0th one. That's why this is called as top down approach. From nth term we are moving towards the 0th term. That's why this is called as top down approach. If you observe tabulation method in the from nth term, we are initially starting, we are initialized this 0th term and first term. In the first step itself, we have initialized this 0th term and first term. So from 0 to we are moving upward. So this is bottom up approach. Earlier from n, that is the topmost element, to we are going down. That's why that is top down approach, and this is bottom up approach. Am I clear? 34. Okay, ma'am. Still, is anybody having doubt regarding this top-down approach and bottom-up approach? Generally, we'll use the tabulation method. Only there is a difference that one is the top-down approach, another one is the bottom-up approach. But both are using arrays to remember or to store the values. But in the top-down approach, we are going topmost value, that is fifth term to 0th term. Top to down, we are moving. When you consider the tabulation method, we are going bottom to top, 0th element to 5th element. 0th element is the last element, that is the bottom element. From bottom element to we are moving towards the top. That's the bottom up approach. Okay. uh, Generally we use tabulation having in this dynamic programming? One by one we'll see. Is it clear all of you what is the dynamic programming, what we are going to solve using dynamic programming? Did you get the clarity? If you get the clarity, then we'll move on to the problems. Tomorrow I'll tell you the problem. This will see how many problems we are having under this dynamic programming. Is it visible, ma'am, my screen? Is it visible screen? Okay. See, dynamic programming is going to solve the optimization problems. Optimization problems means, still those who are having doubt what is an optimization problem, I'll give you the example. Optimization problem means which one will give you the best value. Suppose if you want to travel from one city to another city, suppose I want to travel from Hyderabad to Delhi, so within 10 hours, okay, but minimum cost. Within 10 hours means through walk I cannot able to go to Delhi. Through bus, I'm I'm not comfortable in bus, so I'll not prefer that. Next, a flight. Of course, I can able to reach, but with minimum cost, flight cost is much higher compared with the train cost. So, among all these solutions, of course, via bus I can reach, via train I can reach, and via flight I can reach. Why I'm choosing only train as the optimal solution means bus, flight, and train are the feasible solutions. With these solutions we can reach, but why we are choosing only train as the best means with minimum cost and with minimum time we can able to reach. That is optimal solution. Optimal solution means we are having a number of solutions. Among a number of solutions, which one is the best one that we are picking? That is nothing but the optimal solution. That is nothing but the optimization problem. Those problems, the problems which are going to choose the best solution, those problems are comes under optimization problems. Those optimization problems we can do through greedy method or dynamic programming. Dynamic programming both are used to solve the optimization problems, but the approaches are different. Those greedy method is used to find either minimum or maximum result. Dynamic programming is used to solve memorization problems or tabulation problems. That is nothing but the dynamic programming general method. We don't have any algorithm for this general method. In greedy method, we are having the algorithm, but when you come to dynamic programming, there is no algorithm in the general method. So just remember what is dynamic programming. The first problem is multi-stage graph, and the second problem is all-page shortest path. Already we have seen single source shortest path we have seen, but we did not see all-page shortest path. Single source means from 1 to, suppose there are 4 vertices, 1 to 2 we have seen, 1 to 3 we have seen, 1 to 4 we have seen. All-page shortest path means 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, as well as 2 to 3, 2 to 4, as well as 3 to 4. Everything we have to find out. That is all-page shortest path. Next is optimal binary search tree. Optimal binary search tree, and next one is reliability design, traveling salesman problem. So how many problems we are having? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Total 5 problems we are having in this module number 3. In module number 2 also we are having 5 problems. 3 is also having 5 problems. Approaches are different. That's it. Is it clear, all of you? Tomorrow we'll see the first one, that is multi-stage graph. Do you have any doubts regarding today's session? 39? Yes, ma'am. Do you have any doubt, or is it clear? I didn't get you. Clear or doubt? Bhargav. any doubts, please clear doubts. Please let me know your doubts. Only today 38 people are here. I don't know what is the reason. Do you know what is control abstraction? Control abstraction is nothing but just the general method. See, after completion of this unit, student will be able to define control abstraction. Control abstraction is nothing but general method. Next, illustrate the significance of greedy method. Significance is just for finding minimum or maximum result. Compare divide and conquer strategy with greedy method. Divide and conquer means we'll divide the given problem into subproblems. Greedy method is entirely different. Apply the method to implement various applications. Applications are nothing but all the problems are nothing but the application. If you have any doubts, please do ask. Those who are having doubts, they can stay and remaining people can leave the session.